You want to engage the audience immediately. And this came up before. I'm not sure if Father Roy said this, or I'm not sure who said it in this area. Have an engaging beginning. Either ask a question, poll the audience. If I say, does this apply to you? Raise your hand, and you demonstrate it, you're more likely to get people to respond. Many of you, and we did this a few years ago, like to start with a joke or a humorous story. This works best if it relates to the content of your homily. If it's a totally different joke, it may not land well. On the other hand, some people, some clergy members are known for their jokes, and they may not be related, and everybody's waiting for the joke that day. So you have to know your audience. Maybe every time you start with a joke, but it doesn't relate. Well, if that's the case, and people appreciate it, then it's okay. But ideally, the story or the joke should relate to the theme that you're talking about. Make sure within your homily, you're using these transitional phrases and words and phrases that I gave you in the handout. Now that we discussed, let's talk about. Or the first thing, now the second thing. Transitions are like street signs. They're giving directions to the audience. Or in conclusion. Or when you leave today. Find a way to introduce them to the new section, because for those who are starting to fall asleep, and you say, in conclusion, they're going to wake up. Or, one thing I want you to remember when you leave here today, you'll get their attention. So you can't, sometimes I listen to some homilies that you've shared with me, and it's like, oh, you ended. Like I didn't realize you were in the last sentence because you didn't warn me. And that's to me the most important transition, to let them know that you're finishing up. They'll be very appreciative, but you'll also be able to give that message out. It's so important. Pausing throughout your homily is going to be effective. Please have a final message.